Like the Empire State Building, which was like built in America, which had a height of around 381 meters, as I had told you, and it was built in just 13 months. So just imagine the time is such a less which is taken for steel structures. As well as you can see one more example as in the Willis Tower of Chicago. It has a very big height of 442 meters and it was just completed in 3 years. So one thing you all must have understood till here, the steel structures takes very less time. Now why is it still, after taking such a less time, why in India there are very less steel structures compared to RCC structures? This is a very big question now here. If you see the data in India, only 2% of steel is consumed, where compared to per capita steel compared with the other countries. So this is a very big question, why in India such big consumption of steel is not there compared to RCC structures. Now what we'll have to see is, let us see the advantages of the steel structures. Let's see the advantages, and there might be something because of which in India we are not going for such big structures. Let us see that in America, if you see all the big structures, all the skyscrapers, whatever you see, all of them are made of steel structures. It is a very surprising thing why in India we are not going for such. Let us see the advantages and then the disadvantages. Then we can come to a conclusion which is the best as well. Anyway, both of them are best, but still why we are not using it in India. Let us see the advantage of steel structures. Advantages of the steel structure, till now you must have known one thing is the time taken for construction is very less. Other than this, it has high strength per unit mass also. First one is it has high strength per unit mass. So this question must have arisen in you all, we don't go for steel structures because of the less strength. No, it is not like that. It has very high strength also. Okay, the size of the structural, the next big advantage is the size of the structural member is small. Like the way we have columns and beams, you must have seen the space taken by each column or a beam to resist the load. When compared to steel structure, that space is very less in steel structure. It has, you can see the different types of members what we have, or the channels what we have, the sections what we have is, it is I section or T section. You can just imagine it takes very less space. This is a very big advantages. This is a very big advantage of steel structure. And the next is, it has a very good high durability. So it has high durability and assured quality. Now how about assured quality? As the steel members are prefabricated members, all the members are prefabricated members. They are already fabricated in the industry and then they are transported to the site. So the quality can be maintained perfectly there because it is controlled. So it has a very high durability as well as assured quality also. So we don't need to have concern about the quality as well. And then next, the time for construction is very less. Let's see, the fourth advantage is so the time is very less compared to RCC structure. So as I had given you all examples till now with the skyscrapers which have come in the many parts of the world, so the time taken is very less. Just imagine the Empire State Building, it has a height of 381 meters and it has been constructed only in 13 months. It is a very remarkable construction as well as a very less time. This is a big. The next advantage what we have is by using bolted connections, because to assemble these members we bolt them, either we weld them. So these bolted connections can be transported very easily and fixed easily. They are reusable also. This is also a very big advantage. Like I told you, it can be bolted very easily, it can be fixed and transported easily. And the next advantage is this material is reusable. Whereas in reinforced concrete structure, if you can see what is reusable, most of the structure is not reusable, only some part of the reinforcement which has already been corroded and all that can be used, which is of no use, which it will already lose the strength as well. So here the material is reusable also. So these are the advantages. As you can see, it has high strength per unit mass. The size of the structural member is very small. As I had explained you all, the size taken by the columns or the beams is very small, whereas compared to RCC structure. And it has high durability and assured quality. Quality I have told you, we can maintain the quality as these members are already prefabricated in the industry, so the quality can be maintained very correctly. Whereas in RCC structure, this disadvantage is there, where quality can't be maintained properly, because on site many factors play a role. Because of that, the quality is sometimes not up to the mark. That happens many of times. If you must have seen the collapse of some buildings, when the case study was done, the reason behind some of the buildings was also there. The quality was not maintained properly. So even that was there. So this doesn't happen here. Time for construction is very less compared to RCC structure. This I have already explained you all, given with many examples. By using bolted connections, members can be fixed and transported easily. As the connection is with the bolted connection or the welded connection, so the members can be transported very easily and can be placed at the side, and it can be bolted and it can be removed as well easily. And the material is reusable. When you think you don't need this building, or you need a change at this place, you can just unbolt it, remove the structure, and you can reuse it also. Just imagine, construction is also easy, as well as removing this structure or removing a structure at the same place is also very easy. So these are the advantages. Now, as I had told you, but still, why is it happening in India? Only 2% of structural steel is used, where compared to other countries. So what is still happening here? What is the need, and what do we have to do? So for that, let us see some of the disadvantages. Now, what is leading to that? We'll see here. We have some disadvantages. Let's see that here now. Now the disadvantages of the steel structure. The first disadvantage is the general cost. You can see here the first disadvantage is the general cost of these steel structures is very high compared to RCC structures, as they are prefabricated. The whole structure is of steel, where you don't need the other materials in it. So the general cost is very high for the steel structures. So this is a very big disadvantage, because of which many people don't opt for it because of the expense. The next thing is the maintenance is also long. The next is fireproofing also. Let's see the fireproofing part. This is a very big disadvantage in a steel structure. As you can see, the strength of the steel is reduced when there is a rise in temperature, when heated at temperatures. This is a very big disadvantage. As you can see the example of World Trade Center, even that structure was a steel structure. World Trade Center was a steel structure. But what happened was, when there was a crash, because of that crash, the high amount of the gasoline what was the high amount of impact also had a big effect on the building. As well as, because of this impact, what happened was, when the oil was spilled, or the petrol or whatever it was spilled, what happened because of this was the structural member, the steel structural member was slowly, it degraded and it collapsed. So this is a very big disadvantage of a steel structure, like which is observed in building fires. Most of the building fires, when building fires catch, steel structure can't resist it for a long time. So this is a very big problem and a very big disadvantage. Next is the maintenance part. The maintenance of the steel structure is also very costly, as the chances of corrosion is very high. As you know, steel undergoes corrosion. It is susceptible to corrosion, so it undergoes corrosion. To overcome that corrosion, we have to keep on going for some methods to overcome that corrosion. They go for painting of the material and everything. Anti-corrosive measures are taken to stop that. So that maintenance is really very high. And the next disadvantage is now it is susceptible to buckling. As you know, buckling is when a vertical column member, there are always chances of buckling is always there. In these members, because of high loads coming onto that, there are very high chances of buckling in the compression members, whereas compared to RCC member, it is not such big. So these are very high chances of buckling also in the compression members. And the rest is whereas though they are prefabricated in the industry beforehand as well, but at site there are still a little some chances of casting them correctly is a little bit still. This is also a problem. This is also disadvantages. So seeing after this disadvantages, these are the things which are leading to because of these only, they are not such steel structures are not such coming up in India as well. So anyway, we will be dealing with this subject, in which we will be designing some components which will be able to resist big structures. So we will be seeing that. Now, as you all have already seen the advantages as well as the disadvantages of the steel structures, let us look some of the properties of steel structures as well. We will see what is the properties of steel structures also now. So some of the properties of steel structures also we need to know before the designing of these members and all. The unit mass of steel is 7850. So the unit mass of steel is 7850 kg per meter cube. This is one of the property, and the modulus of elasticity. Modulus of elasticity of steel. Into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. So this is the modulus of elasticity of the steel. The Poisson's ratio is 0.3 for steel, and the modulus of rigidity also. We'll have to see the modulus of rigidity as well. So the modulus of rigidity is 0.769 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. So the coefficient of thermal expansion alpha coefficient of thermal expansion alpha 1 is 12 into 10 to the power of minus 6 Celsius. Okay, so unit mass of steel is 7850 kg per meter cube, and the modulus of elasticity of steel is E is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 5. Poisson's ratio is 0.3. Modulus of rigidity G is 0.769 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square, and the coefficient of thermal expansion alpha 1 is equal to 12 into 10 to the power of minus 6. So these are the properties of steel structures. And what are the different type of steel structures, steel members available in the industry is, we'll just have a look at them as well. Different type of steel members, what do we have? Okay. So let us see the different types of sections available. The first one is the I section. As you all know, the I section so this is the I section. As you know, this is the web and this is the flange. Okay, this can be taken as BF, and this distance, width of flange, BW, and this height can be taken as H. So that one of the section available is, this is the I section, you can see here. this is called as the flange, and this is the web, and this part is the breadth of web, and this is the breadth of flange. Okay, so you can see here. And the next section is the T section. We have T section as well. So this is the T section. Again, this is also the flange, and this is the web. Okay, we have channel section also. This is the height. As you know, this is the flange. This is called as the flange, and this is the web. And this will be the breadth of web, and this will be breadth of flange. Okay, these are again more than this. You have unequal section, also angle sections, equal angle sections. Even these are there. So even these are the sections available in the industry. You can just see, have a look at it. So these are the different sections available. We have I section, and we have T section, we have channel section, as well as you have unequal angles also and equal angles also. So basically I just wanted to give you a brief here about this subject here. We have seen the advantages as well as the disadvantages, and we have seen the properties as well, and we have also seen the different types of channel sections also, whatever we have. So from here on, in the next subject, next class, we'll be directly dealing with the units like the plate girders, as well as the rest of the unit will be covering it. Hope this will be beneficial to you all. Thanks a lot.